Hey, fifth grade, for reading workshop today, we're actually going to be starting a new selection out of Scope. It's a fiction selection, so it's a short story. The title of our selection is Dear Future, and as you guys know, usually before we start a new selection, we do some pre-reading activities to kind of preview or prepare our minds for what we're about to read and activate any background schema that we have that we can connect to the new information that we'll be taking in. So today we're going to start out with some vocab. And so I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but you can go in and you can read through each vocab definition, and you'll see that you can click on the audio file and it will read that to you. And then, so you have 2 slides of vocab words. So you have 6 new words that we're focusing on before we read. And then a little activity to see, looks like I left my answers on here, to see how you're doing with that information. And it's just drag and drop, and the instructions are pretty self-explanatory on that slide 3 activity. Then you get to slide 4, and this is just to preview for you what we'll be doing as we go through this short story. The short story is called Dear Future, and then it has, does it get any better? And then we have these essential questions. Essential questions kind of give us things to think about and consider as we read through the piece. And our essential questions for this piece are: what brings meaning into our lives? So what makes things matter? And how do we get through difficult times? I mean, these are things that we have talked about already throughout the year, either because of the pandemic or because they came up in a particular theme or grouping of poems that we've read, or just in class discussions when we're making meaning with the activities that we're completing. The last essential question that I want you to think about and consider as you read through Dear Future this week is: how does life change from childhood to adulthood? And this is one that we explored specifically when we were reading poetry about growing up. And how do we ever really grow up? What changes? What do responsibilities look like? How does play change as you grow older? The things that we focus on or draw attention to. So keeping these things in mind as you read through Dear Future. And then the very last slide is a journal. And I really want you to take some time and explain yourself. In this journal entry, it doesn't have to be like terribly long, but I want you to really, really answer this completely. Don't just say yes or no or because and give a quick response. Really put some thought into this. I want you to consider 2 questions and to answer these questions in this text box down here. Do you think it's possible to be happy all the time? And then the second question is, would you want to be happy all the time? And of course, you're going to explain your answer here, why or why not, and maybe even give us some real examples. Then when you're finished with this slide, you'll go ahead and turn it in. If for some reason you finish this activity early, then of course you can read independently for the remaining amount of time if you're in class. And if you're at home, make sure that if you have extra time in a 30-minute window that you complete these activities, but then you read from your independent reading book. We're going to get back into reading each night for about 20 or 30 minutes just to try and keep that momentum in our books going, as well as continue growing as readers. All right, guys, that's all I have for Reading Workshop today. I love and miss you, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.